The hospital was an interesting experience. Everybody identifies you with your body. Isn't that strange? And so I was the patient in room 225 with a broken hip. The old man. And after the hospital experience, I had to learn that I am this body. They had tubes in and out of my orifices. The tube in the lungs. You can hear how hoarse I am. And I've had a tube in my penis, and that's painful. And then I got pains in my right side, which was left over from my stroke 11 years ago. And then this new hip. So I reach in bed for where can I get that be comfortable. I wrote a book called Still Here, about aging and dying. And I wrote it when I was a youngster. 65. But I wrote I really didn't comprehend what aging was going to be about. Now I'm 77, and I'm beginning to have inklings of aging as about. Before I said, aging is wonderful. All you have to do is stay conscious. Well, this whole business sucks. I used to give a seminar called Conscious Aging. But when the hip to was lack of consciousness. And I used to see now these spaces in my talk is my brain from the stroke. I just can't keep ahead of the symptoms. There are so many little things choices. I have apnea, which is you stop breathing during the night. And if you stop breathing too much, you finish. So then there's a machine that will keep you breathing. Big machine. It breathes for you. So before I go to bed, there's this big machine. I'm not experiencing apnea, but I've got to use it, maybe. If I don't use it, I'll expire during the night. Maybe. It's all gambling. So now I don't want to say to all of you, aging is hell, because I don't think so. But I don't know. I'm learning the aging process has to do with the body. And my consciousness need not be concerned with my body. A body is a car. It's a transport for this plane. I remember I had an MG, little sports car. And it was an old MG, so it had chrome bumpers. The new ones have rubber bumpers. And I knew that mine had chrome bumpers. And I would go to these rallies, MG people with hats and I was always the one with chrome bumpers. That was my identity. I was identified with my car. My autobiography. I was going to in terms of the autos I had. Autobiography. This is one of my favorite stories. Some of you may have heard it. And you grin and bear it, just think how much I heard it. Well, I had an old black Buick. It had side wheels, and it was very stately. And it was, I had made it into a camper, so the back seat was a bed and so on. And I drove very slowly, because a car like that, you drive very slowly. And I'd left from Boston and head for the West Coast. And I was on the New York Thruway. Very big road. And I had my mala like this, and I was doing the names of God. And I was going Krishna, 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 Krishna. And I was driving the car, but I was speaking to Krishna. And Krishna is blue, you see. He's blue all over. And that just fun. And I was driving along, and I was Krishna, 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 Krishna. And suddenly, there was a blue light. Krishna's come. The blue light, however, was in the mirror. flashing light. And so in my state of mind, Krishna has come. So some realized beings come with a carpenter or a water man. Some. How would Krishna come? So I realized that this was a state trooper, and I stopped. And now, can you imagine? Krishna has come. He's going to come in his state trooper outfit. Who would have? And so he knocks on the window. You can imagine, this is like God knocking at my window. I mean, and I looked at him with devotion. Wow, my God, he's come to me. And license registration, please. Whatever you say. And he checked it. He went home to his car and he checked me. And he said, "You're going too slow." Well, I couldn't tell him that I was praying to him. And he said, there's a box of mints on the seat. And he says, "What's in there?" Just mints. Would you like one? Fine. And so he started to get friendly. He said, "Nice old car." And I got out and we stood looking at the car. And we spit and we played the roles, and we cursed and spit and stuff like that. And he told me of old cars he'd had. And we've run that through. That topic was run through. I couldn't. He didn't want to. He was hanging on because stray troopers don't meet people who see them as God. So we started to talk about tires. That was a long topic. And he was carrying on the conversation. And then he said, well, you might have get going. I said, yeah, I'll too. And I got in the car and drove off. And I looked out the rearview mirror, and he was waving. Now, that must have been Krishna, you see, because state troopers are not wavers. Big smile on his face, waving. The moral of that story that you can get blood out of a turnip when you see the world as God. That was an example of karma yoga.